What's up, y'all? This is Tyrone Stock Tips, and we are back. We are in Tennoji Garden or Park. If I say that wrong, or if I said the wrong location, I'll correct it in the comments. But here's something I want you to think about going into 2026. It's a simple quote, right? I don't know if anyone ever said this, but this is just how I feel. If, well, let me just say it this way. Money isn't real, right? And the way I feel about money is if you feel that it's real, you are a slave to money, right? But if you feel that money is not real, you understand that money is a slave to you. So again, listen to the quote again. If you think money is real, you more than likely are a slave to it. If you believe that money isn't real, you understand that money is a slave to you. So, let me switch locations and I'm gonna explain even further why I feel this way. I'll get back to y'all. All right, now I know y'all are like emotional about it and saying, "What is he talking about? What is he talking about?" You gotta realize that money itself, most of you see it as like this physical thing, right? That you can feel and touch. Although we move into to more digital, most of you probably, you probably never even touch your money anymore. You probably go straight to the bank, use a credit card, right? And also, you feel like when it's gone or when it's dead, you got to use it as a survival thing, right? Like you got to use it to pay for food, pay your bills. So that's understandable, right? But I'm here to explain to you why I see it differently. Now, some of y'all believe that money is also scarce, which it is not, because why do you think the Federal Reserve prints it so much? Why do you think inflation exists? You have supply and demand inflation, but you have inflation due to money just being printed. It's printed all the time, right? Well, not all the time, but you know what I mean. They could just print it like it's nothing, so which makes it lose its value. If you could just make a bunch of something, how real is it? How much value does it have, right? Y'all think about that. So to give y'all a little bit of history, at one point, money was this is what 1971. I'll correct it in the comments, but at one point, money was actually backed by gold, and that's what you had the term gold standard, right? Some of y'all may be too young to even know about this. I'm too young to even know about it because all this stuff happened before I was born. But money was backed by gold. Uh, U.S. A U.S. dollar was actually a note that promised you X amount of gold whenever you wanted to withdraw it. You see what I'm saying? But now money is pretty much a pixel on a screen. If you think about it, it's all a pixel on a screen that allows you to buy something, pay for a service, pay for the usage of something, pay for a tool, a commodity, when before, everything was, backed by a precious metal, whether it could have been not the US dollar, but I'm just saying we used to actually trade things for things, right? And even money, some places money was actually a precious metal, which is like why, the penny, we're not printing anymore because we're not minting pennies anymore because the actual penny itself is worth more. Like the materials to make the penny is worth more than the actual penny itself, which is why, we're not printing that anymore. Let's break it down, right? You got two mindsets. Do you trade time for money, or do you trade value or solutions for money, right? I have like a quick list, right? I got one list and then I have another list, and you ask yourself what side are you on. The first list is this, right? Do you trade time for money? Do you view money as a destination? Do you act out of fear and security? Also, do you hoard it because you feel like it's going to run out? Now, the other side of that list is this. Do you trade value or solutions for money? Do you view money as a fuel or tool? Or do you feel like you circulate it as a form of energy, right? So you ask yourself which list is one way and which list is the other way. So if you guessed right, the left side was the mindset of a person who has the slave mentality to money, right? That's that first list. And the right side, or the second, is basically you feel like you are the master of money, right? Now, I'll say this: there's nothing wrong with having the first mindset if you don't know, or if you understand that there has to be a point where you do need money, right? And you do feel that way. But then there's a point to where you have to become the master of it if you ever want your life to change. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, let's think of money this way, right? Like it's points on a board of a basketball game. You see it, but it doesn't really mean anything, right? Like you see it changing, you see it go up and up and up and up and up, right? But it has no actual real value. Like, yeah, it's in the stat books, but that doesn't really have any value too, right? Of course, players, when they win games, even that isn't real. But this is just conceptually speaking for this video. It's just not real. It's this thing that we use to basically to explain performance, right? And performance of what? Of what you did for the money. You get what I'm saying? If you see it different, like if you see it as electricity, now you switching your belief to where, okay, it's a fuel for something. It's a fuel for freedom. It's fuel to get you from one place to another. It's a fuel to make things happen. You see what I'm saying? That's how you should see it. You shouldn't see it as as this thing that you need to survive, right? Again, I'm not stupid. I know that you actually do need it, but what I'm trying to explain to you is the mindset behind it. You need to get out of your mind that it's this finite thing. Because I hate seeing people do the craziest things for money when it's not even a real thing. You get what I'm saying? You got people committing crimes for it. You got people selling themselves for it. You got people hurting others, people hurting themselves psychologically over this thing that isn't really real. You get what I mean? They could just print it. So why do those things for it? So what I want you to start doing now is think of you want to make it your slave, right? So what's the first way you can do? What's the first thing you can do to make it your slave, right? You need to be detached. Be detached, don't have any emotional attachment to it. Because why? Because it's not real, right? Eliminate all that attachment. Don't have any emotional ties to it, and that's your first step. The next step I want you to do is leverage it, right? I don't mean go get debt. I don't mean go get into debt and do all of this crazy stuff because leverage could mean multiple things. Leverage could mean you putting yourself in debt, and leverage could also mean you taking advantage of something. So if you're thinking taking advantage of something, you could say, all right, well, I'm leveraging my money to educate myself. You see what I mean? I'm leveraging my money to bring me to other viewpoints. I'm leveraging my money to get me to places I've never been before. You see what I mean? You're leveraging it. You're using it to get you somewhere, not using it in a sense of being a slave. Because consumerism is pretty much participating in the slave mindset. I'm not saying consume. I'm saying leverage it. I'm saying use it as a tool to do something for you. Now, what you could do is do it, of course, my way is investing it, right? Because investing, man, it's changed my life. That's what made me realize how useless money is. It made me realize that I was doing all of the wrong things with my life. When I started investing, I started seeing, okay, instead of me doing all of this extra work to, working overtime, working multiple jobs, paying for this, paying for that. Once I started investing and I saw it make like a salary of maybe a part-time worker or like a retail worker. This was like in the beginning. Once I saw that, I was like, oh, okay. This is a thing that works 24/7 for me. It doesn't talk back. It doesn't ask for vacation. It doesn't argue. I think the biggest thing is taxes, but you could delay taxes, you could defer taxes. There's multiple ways to do that. But that's when I started realizing that, okay, this is something that will be a slave of mine, right? So investing is like the biggest thing you could do to basically detach yourself from money and to make yourself not a slave to it. Because for you could have the mindset, but then what are you going to do with the mindset? I say the first thing you do is invest. So you invest in the market, you can invest in real estate, you can invest in commodities, precious metals. People invest in certain ways. Mine is the stock market. I leverage leap options, learning futures, but I haven't mastered that yet. That's gonna be my new slave once I master that. But yeah, investing pretty much changed that mindset. So that's like my biggest tip that you could do. So y'all tell me, what was your aha moment? If you had it, if you didn't have it, you need to find your aha moment. But if you had your aha moment when you realize, okay, I need to stop being a slave to this, or you tell me when you actually realized it and figured it out that, man, this is the way to go. It's to stop thinking like this fictitious piece of paper. Well, it's not fictitious, but you know what I mean. This piece of paper or these numbers on an account. When you realize that it wasn't real, you tell me that. All right. So I'm downtown Osaka. I'm about to film some of the New Year's stuff. So if I get it on film, I'll probably add it to this video or make it its own thing. You know what I mean? So until then, I see y'all later. Peace. By the way, if y'all want to learn, how to make money in the stock market, or other financial educational things, or learn to travel like I do, as y'all can see, I do this very often. Book a consultation with me on my Calendly, okay? You want to learn that? This is not financial advice. I do not provide financial advice. I do not tell you what to buy. I only teach people how I do what I do. I will never make any trades for you. I want to give you educational tools and show you the methods that I do to be successful, okay? So y'all hit me up on Calendly. Y'all follow me on Instagram, YouTube, subscribe, like and subscribe, all of that, okay? Peace.